Posted by u/chemistry visible 7490. I have no idea where my idiot sister is because she went on vacation with her friends. All I know is that I'm going to pull her hair out when I see her. My sister and I go to the same university. Although we are only 3 years apart, we are almost identical, and people always confuse us for twins. Today, I suffered because of that resemblance. As soon as I left the university to go to my car, a lady threw herself at me and started dragging me by the hair while yelling a lot of things and insults. By pure instinct, I also began to fight. Honestly, at that moment, I thought some homeless person was having an attack of dementia or something. I pulled her by the hair until my friends separated her from me. The woman was crying, and behind her were 2 other women who were arguing with my friends. The woman was yelling that I was her husband's mistress, and I didn't understand anything about what was happening. But at that moment, it clicked in my mind because I know my sister is dating an older man. She doesn't tell me much about him, but she shows me the gifts he gives her. I told the woman that she was looking for my sister. The people who were with her basically yelled at me that I must be just as slutty as my sister. I'm not, I think, and tried to fight again, but the police approached us, and it all became too messy. Now, my scalp is full of scratches, my back is scraped from the asphalt, and my hair hurts too much. My sister isn't answering my calls to explain what the hell she did before I tell my mother what happened. I know that if I tell my parents about this, they might even stop paying for my sister's education because it's not the first time she's done something like this. Am I going to tell them? Yes, but first, I need to talk with my sister. The humiliation of being beaten up at my university for something I didn't do is too big. It gives me chills to think about going back on Monday and that the people who saw us might believe I'm to blame when my sister was the real culprit. I do feel empathy for that poor woman, but I didn't deserve that beating. My sister is not a good person at all, so it's easy to imagine her in a situation like this. At the very least, the woman should have asked my name before attacking me. Edit. Yes, we ended up at the police station, and I filed charges against her, even though she apologized to me a lot when she calmed down a bit. To be honest, her friends were worse than she was, in the sense that they wanted to keep fighting even after it was all over. But anyway, that doesn't justify the fact that the fool hit the wrong person. For now, I'm just going to wait for my sister to come back because I want to say everything with her present so that she can't run away from our parents. It's not the first time my sister has messed with a married man. Update 6 days later. Hi, my sister came back from her vacation a few days ago. I waited for her return because I didn't want her to avoid telling our parents what happened, and I wanted her to be the one to explain everything. My sister lives with our parents. No, she's not a teenager, she's almost 30. I don't know why someone in the comments said she was suffering from grooming when she's 28. There are even people over 40 in college, and anyway, you need to be an adult to attend. So, when she arrived, I was already there. When my parents asked what happened to me, I told them to wait for my sister to talk about it, so they already knew it involved her. Many people don't understand that some people enjoy being the other person and take pleasure in feeling like they can sleep with anyone, even someone forbidden, and my sister is that type of person. Since she was a teenager, she flirted with her friends' boyfriends, doing it to measure her value against others, but she never flirted with any of my boyfriends, at least she has her limits. Now that she's older, she prefers sleeping with married men. For her, it's better to receive gifts and have fun without the pressure of being the wife, her words, not mine. In the end, it's all a self-esteem and ego issue. She needs to feel like she can get whatever she wants. Anyway, a few days ago, the cheating man sent a message to my sister, telling her that his wife had beaten him and kicked him out of the house after finding out about the affair. The wife found my sister's Instagram and sent her messages, telling her to stay away from her family because, apparently, the man had taken their kids to some of the dates with my sister. My sister, being a complete idiot, followed up by insulting the woman. She showed me the chat, and it was clear she was provoking the woman, calling her names, etc., and that's how I ended up getting beaten. According to my sister, she didn't believe that the woman was really going to hit her, but then I started messaging her, and she basically ignored me because she didn't want to deal with that kind of stress and also because she knew she had screwed up. Honestly, so many comments told me that my sister was not to blame for anything that I began to believe it. Until I saw the messages she sent to that woman, almost begging for a beating, and I stopped feeling any kind of empathy for her. She's not a good person and never was. I was furious, but my mother was even more angry. It is not the first time that my family has been affected because of her sexual adventures. This time we did not lose money or friends, but I was physically attacked, which is worse. My sister justified herself by saying that she is single and has no responsibility for any marriage, but my mother told her that we all suffer because of her problematic behavior and that, morally, she's helping to ruin the lives of many because of her ego. It all ended with my sister throwing a tantrum, like always, and even blaming me for looking like her. But this time, my father kicked her out of the house with her things. I found it a little sad that my own parents apologized to me for their adult daughter's behavior. At the end of the day, I feel sad to see my parents and others affected because of her behavior. And about the woman, she contacted me the day after I got beaten and was really sorry. She said she would pay for any medical expenses, but I'm fine. She sounded much calmer without her friends and told me that she had never done anything like that before but felt a very strong hatred for my sister and her ex because of how they talked about her with the children. Although she sounded really regretful, a large part of me wanted her to kick my sister's butt, but that's not going to happen. Even if that doesn't make me a good person, I would have liked to see that. I'm sorry for the boring update, but not much happened except that. She didn't send me a message or anything like that. Anyways, I just pray that my parents still don't talk to her so I can see her as little as possible. Commenter. You're never too old for this crap. My sister, mid-40s, tries to get with rich married men for the same reason. She wants all the fun and gifts without the relationship and commitment. In my sister's case, she's a gold digger, always was, even as a kid. She bleeds them dry and tosses them aside. I've been attacked before because of her and the lies she's told. She once tried to get her boyfriend to run me over with his car, and he almost did it. If 2 others hadn't been with me that night, I would have been in the hospital or worse. She also sent him into my bedroom to beat me when I still lived at home. My parents had no problems with him following me in after I had just gotten out of the shower and was still in my towel. I had to fight him off while trying to keep myself covered. Everyone was cool with this because he's a rich doctor's son. She also spread a ton of lies about me all over town, and people would randomly attack me. I couldn't leave the house without someone coming for me. My reputation was left in tatters. I've blocked my sister from my life because of her behavior and how it destroys my life when she's in it. You should do the same as soon as you can and move far away from her. I've moved to another country, and I'm happier. Her lies got found out, and she's an outcast now. No one wants to have anything to do with her and her non-stop lies. No one wants to date a woman they can't believe. She's stuck living with a narcissistic sociopath now because there's no one else who will take her in, and he's obligated to, related to us, unfortunately, as he's the only person she hasn't decided to destroy. She'll be stuck with him until he passes, and then she's on her own. The hundreds of relatives that live nearby won't even talk to her after everything she did to me and them. Your sister is looking at the same future. Trying to tell her won't do anything to stop it, she's going to keep spiraling out of control until she hits rock bottom. She might listen then, or, like my sister, she probably won't and will just destroy her own life further. Make sure you're far away when that happens.